Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into the kitchen with me this evening where we're going to do another video celebrating Native American Heritage Month. Yes, this one is an old one now. It was traditionally made by the Cherokee, and the first written record of this recipe that was modified dates back to 1835. Now, they were making this bread before um, settlers or contact happened. Now, instead of them using wheat flour, they would have used acorn flour, and they wouldn't have had butter. They probably used a little bear grease or buffalo fat. Yes, there was eastern buffalo. Long story on that one. But this this version of the recipe dates back to 1835, and the original ones would have been cooked in earthenware pots or clay pots, or fried like well, not fried, but like hoe cakes on flat griddle stones. This one's going to be done in a loaf pan. And like I said, this version dates back to 1835. Now, of course, there's been other versions added to it. And before I forget, I even said the title, the bread. It is Cherokee honey huckleberry bread. Lord, woof. Cherokee honey huckleberry bread. Now, I was not able to get to go harvest huckleberries because when they logged, they cleared out all of the huckleberry bushes that I had found. I was looking forward to harvesting from them. Now, next best thing, if you do not have huckleberries, and don't try to find them in the store, you're not going to. These are not the garden huckleberries. These are the wild bush huckleberries. Now, the next best thing that kind of tastes like a huckleberry, but not quite, are wild blueberries. Now, that I do have. Not the tame blueberries. If you don't have wild blueberries, you can use the tame blueberries. I have the wild. So now there's not many ingredients in this recipe, and we will be baking it in a loaf pan. With that being said, let's get busy and have some fun making some very old heritage recipe, Cherokee honey huckleberry bread. Like I said, this version dates to 1835. So, in my mixer bowl, of course, using mixer bowls and stuff, that's more modern. I have a stick of butter. If possible, please just use butter. Don't use margarine. And I have a half a cup of cane sugar. They would have back then, it was, you had to be fairly wealthy to get cane sugar. A lot of times it was light brown sugar, but I'm using the cane sugar in this one. You want a half a cup of honey. Now, yes, back then they did have honey, but not beehives like you know today. The Cherokee were notorious for finding and harvesting from wild bee trees. Yes, bee trees. It's where bees will find a hollow in a tree and they will proceed to make a beehive out of it. And wild bee honey is so good, y'all. And make sure you get that honey out of that cup. Okay, now I'm going to add 3 whole eggs. And they're large eggs. And yes, the Cherokee did use eggs, but they were from wild birds, wild turkeys, ducks, geese. Chickens did not come into the picture until later on. Now we want to cream this together really good. And you want to make sure your butter is soft, room temperature, not melted, but soft. I'm going to let this cream together and I'll bring y'all back. Okay, I have it creamed very nicely. Now, also, before I forget, I have the oven preheated to 350, and I have a regular bread pan, and I have it greased. I used tallow. Now, in the container here, I have a cup and a half of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. And you want to make sure it's mixed together real well. I'm going to do a half at a time. And I have a half a cup of whole milk. I'm going to do a half at a time. You're going to want to scrape the bowl, clean the sides off. And we'll add the last half of the flour. And I'm going to tell you, I have made this bread with huckleberries, and they are delicious. It just takes a lot of huckleberries. And like I said, I'm not talking about the tame garden huckleberries. These are wild. They would have been wild huckleberries. They are not very big, not whatsoever. But they also did have wild blueberries growing down here as well. And like I said, the flour that they would have used before contact would have been acorn flour, could be hickory nut flour as well. But on this recipe, I have found no mention of anywhere that they ever used cornmeal. And they would have used water instead of milk. Okay, now here I have a cup or hair over a cup of frozen wild blueberries. You want to leave them whole, and you want to sprinkle about a tablespoon of flour on them. Mix it in really good. This will help keep your berries from floating up in your bread. Instead of coming all the way to the top of the pan, they will stay mixed in the batter. Now you can use fresh wild blueberries. I know they're out of season now. Okay. Check the bottom, make sure nothing is sticking, or that make sure that everything has been incorporated very well. Oh, those smell so good, y'all. And gently toss them in. You don't want to do it too vigorously because you don't want the flour to come off of them, so they will stick into the batter where they are. But you want to make sure that they are incorporated throughout the batter, because you don't want any bare spots of batter. Alrighty. I tell y'all, this smells so good. You want to make sure you get it all out of your mixing bowl. Okay, now, like I said, I have a 350-degree oven preheated, and we're going to bake this for, depends on your oven. Everybody's oven is different. 50 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. And I will bring you back as soon as they are done. It is done, and I'll let you know how long it took my oven. See y'all after a while. Okay, it is done. It took about 56 minutes in our oven. Look at that beautiful, beautiful loaf of bread. Alright, gonna let it cool for 15 minutes, and I'll be back, and we're gonna take it out of the bread pan and see how good it tastes. I already know it's good, but yeah, see y'all in a bit. Okay, it has set and rested for 15 minutes. Let me tell you, the house smells absolutely divine. Alright, put your plate on it, and here we go. Whee! I felt it come out. Yep, stuck a little bit. Stuck a little bit, but you know what? Don't care. I'm gonna eat it. Oh my gracious, that's good. So make sure you grease your pans very well. Moment of truth, y'all. Moment of truth. Look how beautiful that is, though. Beautiful golden brown. Got a nice crumb. It's extremely soft. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Cherokee Huckleberry honey cake. Now, what I've been waiting for. Mmm. Oh my God, that's good. Not overly sweet, really strong blueberry flavor. You can taste a hint of the honey. Mmm. Oh my gracious, that's good. It has been too long since I've made this bread or cake. Simple, easy, homemade. You know what the ingredients are in it. And absolutely delicious, y'all. Absolutely delicious. Look at that beautiful, beautiful bread. Absolutely gorgeous. I hope this video encourages you to also make this delicious, easy, delicious, homemade Cherokee Huckleberry honey cake. It is absolutely divine. Simple ingredients, homemade from scratch, and you know what goes in it. And you're also making the ancestors happy, reviving this amazing recipe. I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. I am always enjoying November and resurrecting extremely old traditional recipes. More to come throughout the whole month. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound. Continue to stock your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. Simple breads that will heal you. Medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and above else, the bare essentials to survive on. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon. Y'all take care.